BSc SY Physics, Semester 3rd, Paper number 7, Statistical Physics, Electromagnetics and Theory of Relativity. Unit 1st, Statistical Basis and Thermodynamics. Hello student, welcome to all of you. In previous period, we had learned the three kinds of statics in statistical basis. First is Maxwell-Boltzmann statics, second Bose-Einstein statics, and third is Fermi-Dirac statics. In second article, the probability. The definition of probability is the probability of event that equal to the number of cases in which the event occurs divided by total number of cases. This is the definition of probability. The probability lies in between 0 and 1, that is 0 is less than p is less than 1. This is about the probability. In this period, we have to learn on the principle of equal priori probability. Dear student, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads the thinking. Thinking provides the knowledge. Knowledge make you the great man. What is the statement of principle of equal priori probability? First of all, we discuss on the statement. This principle of assuming equal probability for events which are equally like to occur is called the principle of equal priori probability. Suppose we have an open box divided into two equal sized compartments, X and Y, and a small particle is thrown from a large distance in such way that if it must fall in either of the two compartments, then the probability of the particle to fall in the compartment marked X equal to the probability that it may fall into the compartment marked Y. Again, there is an equal probability. This is one case of principle of equal priority probability. The second case is the principle of equal a priori probability will not hold good if in the above example the two compartments are of unequal size. This is the second case of principle of equal priori probability. The principle of equal priori probability is the fundamental basis of statistical mechanics. Dear friend, everybody says mistake is the first step of success, but the real fact is dash correction of mistake is the first step of success, isn't it? The second article is the probability and frequency. First of all, we define the frequency. We introduce a term frequency of event F as frequency F is equal to number of trials in which head occurs divided by total number of trials, that is equal to h by n. This is the first equation. Suppose we toss a coin, say n times, and we find that head appears h times. Then the frequency equal to h divided by n. Thus, if a coin is tossed 15 times and in a 10 of them the coin shows heads, the frequency of the event, that equal to 10 divided by 50, that gives rise to 0.2. This is the frequency of the event. From the classical definition of probability, the probability of occurrence of head is 0.5 or 50%. Hence, we conclude that the frequency is not same as the probability. There must be a relationship between the frequency and probability. As the number of trial is increased, the frequency of the event progressively tends to stabilize and gradually approaches a constant values is known as the probability of the event. We define the probability in terms of frequency as the probability can be defined in terms of frequency. In mathematically, P is equal to limit n tends to infinity m divided by n. This is the definition of probability in terms of frequency. Thus, in order to obtain the sufficient accurate result, the trial must be conducted until the ratio m by n differ from one another by very small values. In this article, the probability and frequency, the summary of that article is the frequency is not same as the probability. The next article is some basic rule of probability theory. First is additive laws of probability. This law is applicable to mutually exclusive event. Two or more events are said to be mutually exclusive if the occurrence of any one of them prevent the occurrence of other. Such event never occur simultaneously. Consider two small non-overlapping region delta V1 and delta V2 in a box of volume V as shown in figure. A particle in delta V1 rules out the probability of its being present at the same instant delta V1 and vice versa. The two events are mutually exclusive. Suppose in n trials the particle is found to be m1 times in delta V1 and m2 times in delta V2. The probability of finding the particle in the regions are P1 is equal to m1 divided by n and P2 is equal to m2 divided by n respectively. The number of times that the particle will be found at least one of these two regions in n trials is m1 plus m2. Hence the probability will be probability p of in bracket delta v1 or delta v2 bracket close, that equal to m1 plus m2 divided by n, that equal to m1 divided by n plus m2 divided by n, that equal to p1 plus p2, where p1 is equal to m1 upon n and p2 is equal to m2 upon n. This law can be generalized to any number of mutually exclusive event giving probability, says p1, p2, p3 dash dash pn. Then the probability that any one of them occurs in the sum of the probability of this event, that is p equal to p1 plus p2 plus p3 plus dash dash pn, that equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to capital N summation of pi. This is known as additive laws of probability. For example, we can take some example on dear student, life is really simple, but feelings and thinking make it complicated. Thank you very much for your good cooperation.